encourage you to ensure that you report exactly what is stated here so that we can amplify our voices outside in relation to the issue at hand. We want to also thank our people, especially the women and young ladies who came all the way to show solidarity from our communities all over the Gambia in the region to show their concern that FGM is harmful to women and girls, and that as a community, as a society, we should definitely end it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we want to inform this conference that the purpose of this conference is to review our commitment as CSOs and show solidarity with survivors to advocate for the abandonment of all forms of harmful traditional practices like FGM and other forms of violence against women and girls in this country. We also want to demand from the National Assembly members to uphold the duty to protect the rights and well-being of all citizens irrespective of gender, sex, religious belief, ethnicity, political affiliation, or any other status by voting against the repeal of the Women Amendment Act 2015. We want to also call on the primary duty bearer, which is the government of the Gambia, to take a stand to uphold, protect, and promote the rights of women and girls by protecting and enforcing all the laws that protect women and girls from violence and harmful traditional practices, particularly the Women Amendment Act 2015. To also inform the general public that we are not against Islam, but we are against traditional practices that are harmful to our women and girls, and we request for the support of communities and religious leaders to end harmful practices that are all forms of violence against women and children in our communities. This is the purpose of this conference, and we hope that the youth bearers, we hope the National Assembly members, we hope our community leaders, especially the religious leaders, would have our call to ensure that together we protect the people that we love so dear to us, our women and our girls in our communities. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, having said this, we go by the program. We want to call upon Mrs. our youth leader to give a remark on behalf of flag in this regard, especially from a legal perspective.
Thank you, Father. Thank you very much, Mrs. Sol. I would like to start by emphasizing that FGMC, female genital mutilation, and the practice of it violates human rights, including the rights to health, security, and physical integrity of women and girls. As a country, we are bound by our international human rights treaties, conventions that condemn FGMC as human rights violations, especially human rights treaties and conventions that the Gambia is a signatory to. These, of course, include the Convention on the Rights of Children, the Montreal Protocol, and many other international human rights treaties and conventions. Upholding the ban on FGMC aligns with our commitment on the international law and reaffirms our dedication to advancing human rights in the Gambia of women and girls. After many years of evidence-based research and advocacy, in 2015, the Parliament passed a law to ban the harmful practices. This ban on the practice of FGMC in the Gambia was an important step towards safeguarding the rights and dignity of women and girls in the Gambia, but also part of the Gambia's international human rights obligations. 7 years later, we are deeply saddened that such a progressive law, yet towards safeguarding the rights of women and children, is now being threatened. The Human Lawyers Association of Gambia is therefore today gathered here with our colleagues in civil society to raise our voices to continue to strongly advocate against this harmful practice. We are advocating for maintaining the existing law and the legislative ban on FGMC, as well as to continue enforcement of the law against FGMC. We strongly urge National Assembly members not to lift the prohibition on this harmful practice. By upholding the ban on FGMC, legislators demonstrate a firm commitment to protecting the rights and welfare of women and girls who are the Gambia. We stand here to call upon legislators to reinforce existing laws and for law enforcement, health workers, and other relevant stakeholders to implement further measures to protect women and girls from the physical, the psychological, and the emotional consequences of FGMC. So we join the rest of civil society and all those advocating for the rights of women and girls in the Gambia for the law to be upheld and for the law to be repealed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our Peters, for that very important stress that we urge and advocate for our land to ensure that we uphold the legislative ban for FEM. This is very, very important for the protection of our girls and women from this harmful practice. Thank you so much. We want to recognize the Executive Director of OH Gambia, who is also present. Like I said, there are a lot of civil society organizations who are here, and we want to recognize all of you. The Speaker also of the National Youth Parliament, Ms. Arara, we want to also recognize her lady Clara, and all other protocols respectfully observed. Next on the agenda, we want to call on the chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission, Mr. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, to also give a remark, especially from the human rights perspective, on this issue, which is the issue related to the repeal of the FGM law in the Gambia. Mr. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, please.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon to everybody. I think our deputies, thank you very much, because we already looked at the human rights perspective. Just to tell you, of course, you all know the stance of the National Human Rights Commission, an institution that is set up to promote and protect the fundamental rights of everybody living within the jurisdiction of the Gambia. Female genital mutilation, if you listen to the earlier speaker, it is a human rights violation. The Gambia is not a country in isolation. We are signatories, as she has said, to many international and regional conventions and treaties, which obligates the Gambia to do away with harmful traditional practices. But not only that, not only have we subscribed to these international regional treaties, one of them is actually the Maputo Protocol. I need to say that because a lot of people will say that these are Western ideals, which is an African convention. But not only that, based on, over the years, research that has been conducted, as she has rightly said, FGM is a health hazard to girls and women. Not only that as well, it is performed on children who do not have a choice. They are vulnerable. And the research is there, in-country research and also international research, showing the harmful practices, the profound effect, the negative aspects of FGM. So that is very clear. But not only that, perhaps maybe I should just dive in a bit, since we're talking about human rights. It's very easy for people to say this is our culture. You see, yes, in every country, if you look at their provisions in their laws, it talks about respect for cultural norms and practices. But that is never absolute, because culture is dynamic. So, any culture that affects the health of its citizens, that culture cannot stand the test of time. And this is very simple. If you look at, I was giving a speech the other day, and I told them of certain cultural practices within Africa, like among the 𝒉𝒆𝒄 where twins were actually killed because they felt they were an abomination. In some cultures, it is albinos who are killed or gotten rid of. So we have had, culture is dynamic in every society. So just because you quickly say it's culture doesn't stand the test of time. And as lawyers, we all know, and legal practitioners, any culture that is repugnant, that is proven to be harmful, cannot stand the test of time. And I think we should bury that, and we understand when we say it. Otherwise, we could all claim that our cultural practices is this, and we should go by it. And it's very important. That is why we have the state. Yeah? It is the duty of the state to respect, protect, fulfill, and prevent the harm of the children and women of this country. And they should own it. It is a fact. Another point I need to make is that the National Assembly members are the guardians of human rights and rule of law. They have supervisory jurisdiction over us to the extent that when a law comes before them, one of the things that they should always do is to make sure that human rights is streamlined. So therefore it is shocking that a private member state is even emanating, that is setting us back. All the gains that we have made. This was before the Amendment Act. A lot of campaigns, there has been studies, have been done. So the criminalizing FGM didn't just happen like that. It was based on evidence. So it's therefore shocking that it is actually coming from a private member bill, those who are supposed to be the guardian of human rights and rule of law, the protectors of the women. So I think these are the things that we need to make very, very, very clear. Now, tomorrow is the vote. We know that it's the second reading. And the National Human Rights Commission, we have been very clear. We have been mandated to promote and protect human rights, and that's what we do. And we have also advised the members, given all this information, whether the law, the health hazards, among other things, that it is there. Tomorrow everybody will look at them and say, vote against this bill, kill it. There is no need to even start taking it to committee stage. Listen, the repeal that is sought is very clear. It wants to repeal the criminalization of female genital mutilation. The danger is if you take it to committee stage, the danger, you may start opening a can of worms by starting the debate of medicalization. And the Maputo Protocol is very clear about it. And this is the regional protocol of Africa. That not only is it a harmful traditional practice, it should not be medicalized or paramedicalized. So this is very clear. These issues are clear, and I think somebody needs to come out and say it as it is. So if you take it to committee, the danger is that you open a can of worms and start looking at options. Some are even saying, perhaps when the girl reaches puberty. We know the kind of society we have. A girl can reach puberty at 12. They will take what their parents will tell them. So I think these are gimmicks and ways of going around the law. The law against the law prohibiting FGM should stay, and I think what we should be looking at is to see how we are going to empower women and girls for the nation. I think that should be the I don't yaa imaam yaa ma gën a dégg ko suma olof nag waaye ana ma wax tuuti rek ci olof su ma tegee nga dimbali ma waaye li ñoo wax yëpp mooy ak yelleef doomu aadama te ñun suñ mbootaay bi tuddee National Human Rights Commission looloo tax ñu nekk loolu lañ fi nekkal tey jii nag ñu ngi wax mbiri xarafal jongal jigéen waaye nag loolu soo xoolee ñun Gambia bokk na si mbootaay yi nekk ci àdduna si yëpp United Nations African Commission African Charter on Human and People's Rights of Children CEDAW bañ xoolee ni yëpp ñoom seen bopp wax nañ ne mbiri jongal jigéen is li ñoo wax ne loo xam ne is harmful traditional practice dafay lorande loolu dafa lore it's proven soo xoolee docteur yi def nañ gis nañ def nañ si seen research gis nañ ne dafa lore so léegi nag pour ñu war a Gambia dem eggoon la jamono joo xam ne ak ñëpp ñu ñoo xool ne Gambia de ñoom nag dëgg-dëgg soo xoolee seen luwaay dëgg fonk nañ mbiri jigéen lii 2015 lañ ko criminalize 2015 9 years down the line 2015 ñu bëgg a ñoo delloo gannaaw léegi ne dañoo dooral di xarafal jigéen te ñun xam nañ ne soo xarafalee jigéen dañu évidence boobu moom mu fa soo xoolee report si nekk foofu di nga gis jigéen ñu dem turu yi waaw dina am ñu bari dañ wax ne kii ak kii def na ko waaye soo dégloo nga xool lan la docteur yi wax ak lim dee lor jigéen lii loi boo xam ne dañ ko war a génne tey ji nag ñu ngi am député yi ñu ngi époor pour ne ndax dañ ko war a delloo si dañ war a bàyyi niñ ko defee waaye liñ leen di wax mooy loi boobu loo gars yi bëgg a tëral dafa lor jigéen te nañ ko génne so it's as simple as that yaay maam am soo ne nga gën a leeral affaire si wàll
benn combat yu am solo wax na ko ko leeral waree ci nguur gi la pour ñu taxaw gis ne loi yi ñu ko loi sàmm nañ ko ëttu nañ loolu ci ko solo ci mooy waree nañ ko
Thank you very much, Chairman or Chairperson Youth, for that very important statement. So the state is called upon for the government to uphold and protect the law that is guaranteeing human rights, especially for our women. This is the Women Amendment Act, protecting them from this harmful practice. Next on the agenda, this is, ladies and gentlemen, we want to call on one of the survivors, one of the young ladies who has undergone this practice and has experience. And I think we have been calling, especially to the National Assembly or on the National Assembly, and on especially the religious leaders who are advocating for the repealing of this law, to hear the voices of survivors. These are the people who are experiencing the pain. They are the ones who knows how harmful is this practice. It's not me who is a man or any other man. And therefore we should listen to them. And the National Assembly members should definitely listen to the voices of survivors, then they will make the right decision. So we call on 𝒊𝒏𝒈 to please give a statement on behalf of the survivors on this very important occasion. 𝒊𝒏𝒈, please.
afternoon. Assalamu alaikum. I would prefer to speak in Hanifa language because many people cannot understand English and we are not only speaking to people who can read and write. Assalamu alaikum 𒒂𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒆💏. Nangara mo jamaen sintere, mo jamaen wani, mo politician mo young activity ni yaran ko panel sola na telefaka ani tingin mo saka sensitive. Okay, temo 𝒒𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 andu mo mo ni yaran ko beni 𝒒𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈. Iko who feels hypnosis, temo sola andu muso mo beni ni yaran ko be ala ni ate muso ku be mi ka ke ai ko ani ko fitino ka ko so ni ta social media sometimes ku found ka de na ma de ku because when I think ke woni ni ala ko they don't go to FGM wala ki anta na atala ima kulon je ito la jamo de siari ila jamo siari ko ta ko ta ito ya wone how it feels niaje ni teka ko ni ko stop ikani la paro ni besa ni la paro ni ka ke sola mpm wala ka tina because dama to mi ala wa senti na la go ibara bare be jane ni ka nyama to ko dama to mi ala wala ke ma ko yele no ye muno ni o ko ha ke muni ni amule be ke no la wa abe ko le ala wala tina la paro ni subi o fa ni ke tiempo que ni ya patata que subirotina ni a desde mucho que hay veces por su que está para la columna de lectura o columna de lectura y la que ora o te es que me casa y que dirida que como subiro que dame que falando so ni lo que no para y te voy a saber que tiempo para y nada y esa que ya porque uno la poesía y esa porque llama anora tiene la ni que mama 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 siempre so just imagine that pay rana te baba porque a gente me como cuiaba because kita conexión de social media trabalha muso de continuar Gambia muso de continuar ya falle con que antes estamos como molde ada kahani kita 𝒏𝒆𝒅 ya monti wani kahani ka fiti ka kore seko anya tela mero aka ko boy ya kam solve aka ite ora nyati ya kam be aka ko ni solve ni kawa musolve ka kame aka maybe ya kenana ito ye kenana so ako nani ko ka nani ya do ala ka batera ko ma je ni ko wala ni ka tron fete kela ni o besa aka ala ka tron aka dona ka kamna ana pura wani wala ni ya ko ana je muta tere me ko ni kan to police I police for national people party as a council ni election kabila na campaign ke kami ko musola ko wala ko la ba ko ta ka dia ma ko ka ko ni penda kana ni kudo la ma ni musola na ka ma si ko wala ko la ila campaign ko so wala ni te lo ta ko ni te ganya no ganya ba ni te ganya ta ko je ni da ma ko ta la wo ko be position be ta ka dia ko phone let's force ali ma mo aka la interest ro ki be aka la interest ro la force ni ala kan do ko le ko ni again to be ni to mani ke maybe next time there no vote on in so wala kana be position ni ala to West Coast me da kana pour ya jibe kana la interest by the national interest be so la interest be ni wa kana interest be saka ni woni ya ko you don't have say thank you mo ya ka 6 months 6 years what the ya ma ka ka ni ke na ta wa so after all ni na ko Unamuia que outra misi diamo na baba na pele la kana sakani ko because tena la ne experience ka be ke ora ja bali kami ko so ya ba ni ke wala ma so ya ba ne to ngena diamo ba ya la jama de ne am ko la ta diamo la ba
Thank you very much, Tenda. I think that was clear. And as Brenda said, see who experiences those best. So, as I said earlier on, we should listen to the voice of survivors if you want to do what is right and if you want to take the actions that are correct. Thank you very much, Brenda, for that statement. Now, next on the agenda, we have Dr. Dafe. Dr. Dafe is also a medical practitioner who has been working in the medical field in Gambia, worked in different hospitals in the Gambia for a long time, and has seen in his eyes the effects of FEM, has brought some insight. That's why we also invited him to join us to make a statement during this press conference so that people know that this practice really has some negative health consequences, and that's why we are advocating to ensure that it is abandoned. Doctor, you are welcome.
Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Mr. Monaco, for giving me the floor. My assignment this afternoon is to tell you about the medical complications of the FBMC. I'm not representing any medical fraternity. I'm not representing any hospital. I'm representing myself as somebody who believes women also have dignity for the disease control. I've worked as a medical doctor for the past 15 years. Started my medical career at the 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 Hospital and then later to 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 Hospital. In 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 Hospital, I spent most of my time at the labor ward. For 10 years I've been working there. Delivering women are also operating on these women who are able to live on their own. I'm also a focal person for survivors of gender-based violence. We have a unit that I'm heading, the World One-Stop Center. I think my center is a center that I've seen good number of cases of STD in this country. Yeah, if you could all recall, I was working here to testify on the level of sexual violence in this country. We also included here. I think I'm in a position to tell the whole nation that some of the effects that women are facing with regards to this FGM and FBMC. I'm not talking about religion, I'm not talking about culture. But medically, I've seen women who suffer as a result of the practice. First of all, I want to start with we have to understand our situation with that. In my medical profession, I believe that anybody who should touch any person to operate must have a sound medical knowledge. You know what you are doing. You must know the structure of what you are doing. And the environment in which you want to to avoid infection and other complications. Unfortunately, in our circumstances, that's not the case. Look at our circumstances. Where are the circumstances? Whether they have no. In fact, the structure that we are putting in, there are so many structures in the female genital that have functions. All these structures are there for something. You need to know why you are putting. You need to know what is the function of that before you put. Unfortunately, our circumstances does not know the importance, or does not know the anatomy and the complications that may arise when they put those structures. And there are so many health consequences with regard to FGM. These are eyewitness accounts. I've seen the hospitals. First, I was starting back when I was a young doctor. It was a day that I was with a woman came from Basel. This woman was back by circumstances because she said they had an infection when I was what the urine was flowing, immediately developed fistula. And that woman has to undergo another surgery. Because the answer or the circumstances does not know what she was watching. You don't know the structure. Yes, you want to treat the infection, but we are not doing in that area. So you just want and then we just put that woman into pain and also suffering. He says, when I went to Ghana in 2013, often now, I've been working in the labor department. labor work. And I'm also heading the one-stop sexual database, right? In the labor work, we have a living corpus that shows any woman that delivers type of FGM, type 1, 2, and 3. In that book, most of the cases that we see is type 2 and also has outcomes. Either it's a clinic or it end up doing the research means to increase that woman for it to be delivered safely. So it comes to all those complications. So it tells you how the level of the complications that each woman experience. Besides, in the same ward, I remember in 2015, there was a young girl that was brought from India. This was accompanied by the grandma. They came early hours of the morning. When I saw them there and I asked what has happened, they said that they circumcised this young girl. They cried, and the bleeding could not stop. So because it was my development, they came in the morning. When I examined the child, the 5-year-old was motionless. No sign of life. The girl was dead because of the bleeding. Even the rabbi was soaked with blood. God is my witness if I'm telling lies against that. Also, I've seen in my clinical practice a fuller man who came with a wife was in labor. This woman, the midwife, usually does the tradition before the doctor comes. They call my attention that there is no opening to this woman. I said, no, it's not possible. How did the woman get pregnant? Said there is a hole. So when I came, I examined it. There is a thin hole. Even a pen cannot enter. But the woman was pregnant and was a baby. All because of the complication of the NPN or NPMC. So that woman I took the chance. I operated in the cesarean section of this woman and also opened up the woman, giving to it. Also in my clinical practice, the December and January, the month of Ramadan and the month before Ramadan, are marriage festival months in the country. My experience has shown that in this period, many women come to the hospital, especially those who are living their marriage to be deviated. It happened to some of my colleagues, my family members, it's a very terrible situation. You have to localize these women, give them anesthesia. Some of them you have to take them to the theater, you open them up for them to be able to have sexual intercourse at the end of the day with their husband. So they will take that their husband immediately. Baby! I don't think the woman should undergo this kind of something. And for me, as far as I'm concerned, as a medical doctor, the harm outweighs the benefit as far as I'm concerned. Because you don't have to look at one woman says, I don't have any complication, or I didn't experience any complication. So it means that the rest of the women do not. No, we concentrate on the people who are suffering. In my medical practice, for example, in Canada, we deliver 5,000 women. But some will die, 10 of them. We audit every death. And that's why we concentrate. Why? Because we don't want to see any complication, we don't want to see any suffering of women. And that's why we concentrate on those who are affected or those who die. So with regards to FDM, the people who are affected, sitting outside the baby, of course, are the people that we are talking on behalf. And we said if this practice will continue, our circumstances, who has no medical knowledge, who has no faith, who does not know the anatomy, physiology, and to continue this young woman, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair to them. Looking at our situation as a country, I think, as a medical practitioner, that these circumstances should stop continuing this young woman. But I don't want to come forward to a problem or whatever. Kan film pertama, karena dia dari dokter yang dua saya tanya kalau dari banyak kan film dia kami berikan, kita kalau sudah ada para memodalnya dengan negara dengan musuh sama turun sudah ada di pekan kami dari defilement kami dia one-stop center di Dollar kalau Yesus, kalau nggak punya tahu itu bohong ngaji tu, yang baca anak turun itu musuh. Nama dia mola punya itu punya ini dia bola sah. Tonyala mwa musobe bante na na tusidi ambe because so moment kata fa wuli wula kata mo ne sabsi loko ande ka mo lo ko ko na mo ta loko mo woro ko loko na bro mari se fondo de musonia na musonda awra ne ka mandoro ne ke dan so ko de dala ka te musti ba do na ate o yo kaye ne da ta ko do na tafo ade ne ke ye ko ba ta ko na bro mari ne ya ko ko so se men ko wala ko tele experience in do ko so lo ma to so de ya ka ta do mele ka do ko ke ma do no e ka nan ko ma le ka nan ko e ma do ya sila ni ma le ka ni e ma do na fi ma le ka ni ko 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 ma do ka so so ma ko ro ga me le o e no ko pe pe no ko na ko ya ko no da sa ni ala mo la sa ikaba mala kaya mala sa kita ko cuma dai mana ada kalau ngajak oleh itu ini ada baca terus baca kalau ini kalau ada fano menaro ini yelo ya apa ini kaya pada yelo manusia sudah mana persoalan ini dong baca di pembang dan baca omong Fulanya mengatakan anaknya mana baik semua nusul aja ibu mau belajar juga aku sama di mana kita kalau nusul aja ibu dia proses so kalau ada ngaji bodoh mungkin nanti kan perlu kalau memang ada nusul aja yang ini apa pokoknya ada satisfaksi ada apa namanya Moro le wole ko biu foi aba na mana ni fole ni yaso musole o ma kasida apa kini ko de ka ko dokter na mana bola dia na ke biu o isa abala ba mana na kala di so musole na rasa kasihan na operasi na di nomo ko la na de fa ni sa ya to Ado la experience mana kono masih ada orang kono kan kami jadi suatu buat pasir orang orang berbeda suatu pakai proses itu suatu antara nasi bayar kau nasi bayar yang mereka itu sama nyata amanah kan itu ada musola juga nasi bayar walaupun ransi pun so semua ada musola kamu ini kakak bapak kakak yang satu so musola yang ada orang So di nara ji ko bana ko na December karo ani January karo de ma je na fandi ko ni to ko aba ne ko ko me gana experience da fa atu fuko ko siaba ne ba ko wa to de ma na wa to da di ko ni ko so ni wa to jama ko dokter ni da da ni fula sabai ni ke wala ya ko no ita na dokter ko ki ko lasu ni imamo le conference so kaya ngafu okola mosa bana wale kwa conference kwa disisi so amefanya dakika sai kwa aro watu mshuru kwa dole na dokta dole mo ko ngasimba kwa dokta de imoto so ndio la kama kwa maji mshuru mandoro siasa yanaona kwa moja kwa ndono Murwe eko fosa kwa ndono safi fertility dole ni futola kwa yaso kwa ndono kwa prene futola kwa ndono asia so c'est même fond de l'entrée il nous qui va faire la kwa kuto imala kwa so nempo imala kwa so imala kwa ya kwa so ka ko mama la be eka ni mona kwa kwa ma mari ya kwa so lakini wao mistake kwa so ni muske wale kwa morola ama kira terus imale na Mungu ni hapo mbele matoro de la wasala.
Thank you very much, Doctor. I think what Doctor has said is very clear, and this is a testimony of the harmful effect or the health consequences of FDM. that we all have had from a medical practitioner who has been working and with women and have seen all these cases by himself and have managed these cases. So this is why the civil society coalition against FEM is standing to ensure that this law is not repealed. Because repealing this law is sanctioning that our women and our girls be caught, and it can really lead to a lot of effects on them. So therefore, thank you, Doctor, for enlightening us on the health consequences of FEM. Next on the agenda, we have Imam Babali, who will also give us a bit on the religious aspect, because this is also an issue that many people would say that because this is religion, and some of it says it's obligatory in Islam, and that's why we should continue to practice. So we want to ask Imam to dive on this aspect a bit. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ثم الصلاة والسلام على مبعوث رحمة للعالمين بشيرا ونذيرا محمد بن عبد الله على آله وصحبه أجمعين. My brothers and sisters, I must start with thanking the civil society that organized this important forum, because in this important forum, I can call it as it is. But I'm not very comfortable in my pulpit to call it as it is why we are there to host. But here, we are here to discuss. I'm very thankful to the four speakers who made my load very light. They make it very light. Because really seeing Miss Ba and listening to her with the experience I personally have as a puller, as somebody who grew with this tradition, if you ask for any other evidence, I don't know what kind of evidence you need. And Dr. David, with his clarification, we are in line with the fatwas of Azhar University, one of the most respected universities in the whole world, in the Islamic world in particular. I don't know what evidence you are asking here. Adding to it, my fellow imams, especially Sheikh Imam 𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, the big bully, he's a big bully. I'm telling you. He's bullying the one thing, including the lawmakers. It's fine. It's a bully. Some lawmakers contacted me and said, Baba, we know you are right, we know he's not right, but you don't mind they vote us out. So that's a bully. He can rise it. But with all his time on this issue, with all his ego in this issue, he speaks the same languages in the same page with most of us. In the sense that they condemn them. They condemn them. They condemn it. They condemn seeing the young child, the girl, called in Mandinga Notoro, called in Pula Sukude, that's why they call it Sukya, called in Word Fata. They all condemn them. In Arabic, they call it 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, the Pharaoh's female genital mutilation. And this mutilation includes so many things. But what they are advocating for, just listen to how, I don't know how some people think. What they are advocating for this is, you got a slide, don't go deep. They try to quote the hadith 𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂 or Abu Dawud. They use 𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂 as a reference to this hadith. They say the Holy Prophet said, but life is don't go deep. Now the medical professionals are asking, not me, I'm not a medical practitioner, but they are asking, what is life in somebody's organ? What is life? In somebody's organ. There's no life in it. The other thing is, the medical practitioner's ethics does not allow any person to cut somebody's organ without a medical justification to save life. And they all agree. So really, I will actually, the hadith they are using, they know it better than I do. It's not an authenticated hadith, but still they are saying it can be used. So if we are to use it as an authenticated hadith, then they all know, as I know, say that my belief in my leave what is not clear to you and go for the one that is very clear for you, especially on somebody's life. And historically, we all know how it originated from between Hajar and Sarah. I will not go into this because it's from 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 to Manu. Because out of 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, out of jealousy. So really, my task here is very simple. And I think personally, each and every engagement has a retirement. I have been engaged in this work since 1981 with Mrs. Safia Singani, at times with 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, at times with Mrs. Juana Bai, and others, very elderly women, highly respected women. They are the ones who push me to study it, to know it better. But most of them now, after or age, have dominated their activities. But the knowledge is still here with us. And we have done our quota. I have done my role. If there are facilities to travel so many different countries to study the reality. When we went to Iran, the Iranian ulamas was listening to me to tell them how to do it. They don't know it. If you go to Saudi Arabia, I had them that we say in our dialogue, that still practice in Saudi. That's not true. It's 10 years jail minimum for anybody practicing in Saudi Arabia. And history has revealed that none of our prophets practice this practice on their main folks. So really, we have done our job. We have advocated more than ever. Now it is left to our lawmakers, our medical professionals, and the government to take their responsibility. You see the chair you are enjoying today as an MP, it's very temporal. But the conscience that you are going back to your bed and sleep is permanent. So really, I'm calling all our MPs to reflect a few years back. These people who are advocating this practice, they were here when Germany was here. And you know what? They were all leave. Say a word. Instead, they were here to legislate anything that Ghana did. We all know Ghana killed 9 inmates in one night and still they are dead by the sea. And they laid them. They said it's Islam. I asked them at that time, which Islamic court have taken them to court? Where did they put it? Look, you see, we have to put it as it is. I know 95% of the imams of this policy are with me, they are saying the truth. But they are sitting on top of the fence. Because they don't want to be bullied as I want to. For me, I don't mind. Let them do whatever they want. Do I care? No. And I will never care. Because I know I understand more than them. I travel more than them. I read more than them. And when it comes to reference, the whole world knows who is Imam Baba. So, I'm calling for my MPs, telling them there's a life after MP. There was a life before MP. Let them help protect our movement. They are the biggest number that vote for them there. Even it's out of ignorance, they don't understand what the people are working. Let them not listen to these people that are influencing their big ears, their big by convincing them. Allah is not that guy. Allah is not that guy. So I'm very glad if you don't stop me, I'm going to forward again. Because really, this kind of platform I can say nothing. Then I can stop here without saying the word. Wow, lima don't worry. Wow, you never see. Lima don't worry, boy. Ligue kawa oil farming suma emman. Na doctor ni wax. Miss ba wax. Ak ñeneen ñi miss ba te ci gëna ñu ñoo wax. La isu bi ñew ta wax. Kenn sa war ci wax ko. Man mi di wax ya di doomi bol muy suma cosaan. Amna docteur yu may deflante lu bari. Benn mistake ndax mel ni imam 𝒊𝒏𝒈. Cheikh imam 𝒊𝒏𝒈 mo koy ko ñu Cheikh imam 𝒊𝒏𝒈. Because poor man Baba is like I'm happy with that. Baba goes to moom ci boppam ak ñi ànd ak moom ñëpp ànd nañ ci ne ñetti jongale dafa haram ñu ne waaye loolu dagan ma ne dala tuuti ci yaram doomi aadama saka cër bu mel noonu soo seet ak ki ma utee ñoom ca suñ dialogue ñu ne ñette yi am Gambie foofu laa taxaw ne leen boo ma ne ñette yi waaye juróomi sax ak Gambie dañ xamul ñun lii suñ liggéey la juróomi mboolem xeeti jongali na di Gambie docteur yaa ngi nii am nañu ma toogal ci taabul bi xam naa maa ñëwalee kon Amérique ba boo liggéey du ma tudd kenn rek kon ci tënk rek lii suñ demoon benn sunna la ñu jaar benn sunna la d'accord sunna lan ay sunna mooy loolu de vraiment tànnal ko sa bopp te bu ci loolu ne ma ne aji Makka farata fii la ci islam waaye nguur gi ak àddina seen ak waa Makka ñu ne balaa ngaa dem Makka dama docteur seet wér-gu-yaram su d'accord nga wér nga mun ngaa dem ñëwal su d'accord bàyyi fonk boobu te ngay julli sa bakkan bee gën a islam sa aj ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne islam daf la mel ñu ngi ci weeri koor soo demee ba bugg a or bu gën a gëstu nga gis docteur yi julli mu ne la bul bul bàccee islam mu ne wàccee bàyyi or bi te ñoom ponk mooy pila bi taw pila léegi bi taw docteur dafa am doole ci islam surtout muy julli in fact borom diine docteur yi chrétien docteur yi julli docteur yi yahud islam daf leen a dégg kon gannaaw mu fànn mooy force rek dafa ma bàyyi ko fii waaye ba ay mel ni waru liggéey ñu ngi dégg suñu MP ci ne am na dund bu neex bu leen a xaar gannaaw MP yaa ñun ñu ngi nii ñu MP bi daal dañu ngi di am di suturaw te dañuy suturaw ba dañ koy jógee bu leen seen toogu boobu tax ñu wax loo xam ne buñ jëlee ñu nekk te lii ñuy dund la jigéen ñi ñëpp ko ci xam-xam nga ni te suñu dara sa yaram dara jox di ba la toog ko fa saasa métti boobu lu ko jar dara jar asalaamaaleykum
jërëjëf imam foog naa ne ñu ko dee waxee imam bañ na jërëjëf taay lañ am ko doon jox yoo taay we recognize Mr. 𝒂𝒂𝒊𝒂𝒂, Executive Director, Nyanyen Sani, Institute of Ghana, Dr. Joe for Solidarity, and Yenny, you feel look in the recognize. Imam Wahab Bilal, that is a one that you continue or to Yai Baggage Standa, the Sawane, Mutane Kaki, Mutamit, that more Victoria, Gigi, Sri Gambia, or chairperson of the National Women Council, the Paralympian and Deputies.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Maa ngi kontaan bu baax a baax di sant yàlla bu baax ma toogee fii ci plateforme bi ak man la ko leen ci détail bi mel ni Mr. 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, of Commission of Human Rights. Suma xarit bi dee doo man nag Mamba kontaan naa ci kenn docteur Dafé suma ñi nga xam ne maa ngi may liggéey tabu ñëpp maa ngi leen di nuyu di leen sant ak ñi nga xam ne ñu ci suma gannaaw tamit ñu ma xam ne soo leen di wax am la naan fàttali benn bi maa ngi leen di wax alhamdulilah sant yàlla bu baax a baax ci bés bii nii nga xam ne mu nekk dimanche ñu nekk ci suñu benn koor jàmm yàlla dafa mel ni waxtaan bi ñu njëkk a jël kàddu waxtaan bi jeex li docteur bi wax na lim xam lim gis ak nu mu war a def ñi nga xam ne dañoo amee Human Rights Commission di chairperson of Human Rights ñaata Human Rights Commission tey am ci dëkk bi bu fekkee ne mën nañu ko Human Rights Commission am nañ ko waaye am nañ African Charter for Human Rights am nañ ci benn right bari na léegi ñu ma am right waaye yooyu yëpp di ko tënk yëpp affaire yi yéene doomu aadama human rights mooy lu kumba yëpp mooy ku nekk ak li la war a def seen yéene sa respect man nag maa ngi tudd 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈 faaxee koo jàppase man sa jàng te xam ne lii si suuf sa faaxu waaye óor na ma ne suma maam yàlla ko yàlla xare àjjana ak suma yaay ak suma ko fi xamoon ne lii loraange bu muy def doomu aadama ñu kon ma ko def lii bugga fi ñu ma bugga ba moom ñu ma magee ma neene niñ ma won ci buggee suñ xamoon ne loraange bii loolu moom dañ maa tugal ñu kon ñu ko def maa mu nekk ñu bugga si tam bugga ci maa ngi wax ne jigéen laa yaay laa maam laa bàjjen laa ci askan yenn show bi nga xam ne man la Paradise Foundation Initiative suñ liggéey mooy ñu wax affaire yi def di dem ku mu si seetaan xam nga ñu loolu suñ taxawaay ñu see wax ne affaire yi def di dem ñu war a def waaye nag li ma jaaxal te tamit bu ma fàttee I am a survivor and a victim of FGM. Gisuma xaw fi ñu wax ko parce que su ma ko waxee su ma beneen moroom wax su ma ko beneen moroom wax te li ma dee wax toujours mooy ñun jigéen ñi nga xam ne maa macha façon place bu nekk ñu ko yor amee ko toog ci nekk ci ay kilifa nekk ci ay docteur nekk ci ay lawyer nekk ci ay moo xam ne dafa ne dinte ñu ngi seen loxo te nekk ci ay place maxaama te ñoom ñëpp jaar nañ ci FGM waaye ñun ñii ñëpp nag ak suñu maxaama ak suñu ñëpp suñu taxawee ñi war a taxawee ñu ko FGM amatul ci biir parce que li ñuy wax métti waay bi nekk ci FGM soo jëlee junee jigéen teg leen si ñu taxaw boo xam ne dañu leen FGM ku nekk nekkal mbiram ak ñun dëkkee dafa moo sàngoo suuf kenn ku nekk sa expérience yi daa am sa morom am ko te pour expérience yi amul benn ci baax dana war a tax nag ñu ci loo xam ne baaxul lu métti la di libéré leen jël lancet ak lu mu doon di dox yarami doomu aadama ñoom ba sax ñu dañoo ko tee dafa métti nga xalaat nag loolu ak li saa jëli loraange docteur yi wax ñu ko ndax loolu dafa jaar man nag suma taxawaay as bàjjen as maam as yaay as jabar as doom loolu yëpp si suma taxawaay moo tax I said I am maa ngi bokkal ak constant Gambien si nga xam ne lii dafay nekkal ité nekkal leen métis pour wax ci ñun ñëpp xam nañ ne aada taxaw benn place aada dafa dem yeneen di dugal aada bu ñu loree nag dañu war ñu ko topp lu la ñu war a topp aada bu ñu lore amul si judduwaa man nag maa ngi sàkku di wax National Assembly members yi nañ def li gën and nañ def li jub li gën ak li jub mooy luwaa bi buñ ko tegee nañ ko tegee nañ ko sori buñ ko méngale ak seen tur buñ nangu seen léegi si yaaxu ci luwaa bi imaam daa ko wax ko fi mu ne there is life before and after National Assembly te ku nekk soo tëddee ci guddi nga xalaat seegaat li nga def ci bis la def la lu jub ba def lu jub ñu leen a saako jigéen ñi dañ leen war a doole dañ leen war a yërëm dañ leen war a sutura waaye bés li say ci weeri koor ci biir weeri koor ñu toog ñu waxtaan ak say rek aw na jigéen loolu sax daal macha allah dafa doy waar ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo wër bu baax ne jigéen ñi nga xam ne dañoo ñëw ëllëg pour dem teewee di place bi yàlla muy agsi te ñu ne ñoom nag ci diina bi lañ nekk ñu ne ñoom julit lañ ñoom imaam lañ ñu foqatal pour buñ wax ñun nag ñu amul baat dañoo wax pour ñu am baat ak ñu amul baat dinañ wax dëgg génnee nag luwaa bi lu fi mel ni presque ñetti fukki ak dara lu ceeb loo xam ne xeex boo xam ne ñu ko doon nekk ñu nag koo delloo gannaaw te ñu war a dellu gannaaw ñetti fukki at passé nañ ko romb nañ fii dañ war a xalaat ñeneen ñu ne déedéet dañoo delloo si waa loolu waa professeur naka la ko léegee arwat bi loolu dafa la xam ne daf la delloo gannaaw comme ni nga ko waxee rek aada loolu benn place dafa dox is not stagnant maa ngi booloo nag di ñaan ñun si nekk fii di ñaan ñi nga xam ne ñoo nekk ci place yi pour wax ci ñu jóg wax ci et fa ñoo oote ñu nekk na nga woote li nga xam ne moo liggéey ak liggéey mooy biir bii buñ ko liggéey ñu ngi ko ñaan ñu tam si suñu ñaan yi ibaan ñu ñoo ñaanee ne buñ ak si tam ñu ngi ñaan leen si ak jàmm te ñu ngi ñaan ne biir bi buñ ko liggéey ci barke seen naa moo xam ne aw weer koor yi yàlla ñu ngi ko ñaan yan yàlla liy ndam for the English speakers, I'm just going to be very brief. My job is really been made easy by the previous speakers. Mr. Emmanuel from the Commission of Human Rights. I have Imam Babendi, and I have Kenda, who is my co-victim and survivor, and the doctor. They have stated the reasons why you should think about FDI. It should be a thing of the past. Over 30-something years, this was a battle. This was a campaign that was being done. And we succeeded. And of course, with all that success, it was a criminal act. People continue to do it. And people like us will continue to speak about it because it was still done. And in the midst of campaigning to totally eradicate FDM, now just come and say, oh, we are repeating the law. That's like telling us that. I am joining my fellow concerned citizens to say FDM, it's not correct. It's a harmful traditional practice that should be eradicated totally. Gambia is not an island of its own. We have signed a lot of protocols with other countries, with other nations. So we don't just sit down here and say, oh, we are repealing ABC and that's law, without any proper information. I am pleading to the National Assembly people to do the right thing. The right thing is to do the correct thing, and that is to run far away from repealing the law, the bill about FDM. Let's try, and we should be talking about empowering women. We should be talking about how to make women visible. This is the National International Wednesday. It says less inclusion, less inspire, less empower. Every year there are certain things for women, and yet still we are saying let's take women back. No. We are not ready to take go back. And the book is going to stop here with FDM. Because my daughter didn't go. My grandchild did not go. And other children will not go. The book stops here. FDM is history and it will remain history. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So very much.
Thank you very much, Madam 𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, for that call for action for all of us to ensure that FDM ends here, and that starts from our lawmakers by ensuring that we continue to prohibit FDM in this country. Thank you so much. Next, we will be calling some CSO representatives. First, we want to call Madam 𝒂𝒖𝒕𝒉𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒊𝒄, who also state a remark, a statement of solidarity as a survivor, as an activist, as a CSO leader in this area, who has also been advocating for the end of FDM in this country and all over the world. So, 𝒂𝒖𝒕𝒉𝒆𝒏𝒕𝒊𝒄.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The reason why I'm here today, I'm not sitting here as a CSO leader or an activist, but I'm here as an FGM survivor. One of the things that I keep talking about the most is my experience with FGM. But on a day like this, and in times like this, it's necessary for us to have these conversations. I went through FGM when I was 1 week old. I didn't go through type 1, I went through type 3. I was sealed. And then on the night of my marriage, that seal was taken off. Man Gambia feel that true. So much about 𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒏. You make a what FGM, Amugambia, Munda Yoso Sendale, 𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎𝒂𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒏. The photo name of the Fatuma. Then what about friendship? Because we live I do it. It's very important. Putting talk, you want to buy your friend. But Alice was a making job. More that guy if you want the FGM and no, it has nothing to do with that. When my father married his third wife, and I was about 10 years old, the first child that she had, her name was Fatima. At 1 week old, she went through FGM. She bled to death. That's the reason why I do this work. I'm going to have a home thing. Put my hair and go on to deal. And when it comes to the deal, right, the Quran doesn't tell us that slavery is prohibited. But yet the Constitution of the Gambia prohibits slavery. The Quran tells us we treat slaves fairly. The same thing with this FGM conversation. The Quran doesn't tell us that it's prohibited, but we know that it's harmful. We know that it's wrong. More than anything, as a human race, we know the harm that this practice causes. And it's up to us, the same way we decided to abandon slavery, it's the same way we should choose to abandon the practice of 𝒊𝒏𝒇𝒐𝒓𝒎�𝒊𝒏𝒂𝒂𝒏.
Thank you, 𝒂𝒑. That was very precise and very clear and very powerful as survivor and activist work. So the National Assembly members I'm sure would read and hear and watch some of these messages. Please listen to the voices of survivors if you want to make the right decision. Thank you. We will be calling another 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, also say some remarks in solidarity as an activist, also as a survivor.
Hello, assalamu alaikum to everyone and Ramadan Mubarak. I think from the conversation we've had here and everything we've been hearing since this debate came back up is whether in the Gambia we use circumcision or small cutting or female genital mutilation. As Anam Baba said, even the demands that are actually saying that FGM should female circumcision should continue rather. Still, they themselves are saying that they do not accept mutilation. And from this room, and in other conversations that we've had, we are showing Gambians, we are showing the nation, those religious leaders, and the National Assembly members that what happens in the Gambia is not a tiny part. Not that that matters, but the reality is Gambian girls are mutilated. Gambian girls are cut deep and stitched. So it is important then if those religious leaders are really saying that mutilation is wrong and they do not condone that, now is the time for you to also support us. To know that we are never here to say that we are attacking our religion. We all love our culture, we all want to go to heaven. And we want to respect our culture and as well as our religion. But what we are saying is that if religion and culture condones violence, then we don't want to be part of that. And we know that Islam is the most peaceful religion. We know that Islam is the religion that has given women rights. We all know that the rights that Islam has given to women never used to have those rights. So that same Islam cannot put violence on women. That same Islam cannot say that little girls can be caught and mutilated. So we are urging our MPs. We are speaking to everyone out there to help us, to support us, and to maintain this law. In fact, if anything, make sure that you add that the law must be implemented, not just to be maintained, but also it should be implemented because there is a lot of damage that has already been done because of this conversation. We are hearing across the country that girls are being cut again, left, right, and center, and that cannot be accepted. Everybody has talked about how Gambia is advancing in human rights. Well, guess what? Women's rights are human rights. Thank you.
Guess what? Women's rights are human rights. Thank you very much. Very powerful words. Gambian girls are mutilated. They are cut deep, but they are still. That's the reality. So it's very, very important for those who are talking to know the reality and to know the harmful effects of FGMC in the Gambia, especially on our women and our girls. So please, let's stop the cutting. Thank you very much, Fatu. Next we have another CSO leader, Madam 𝒂𝒊𝒏𝒈, to also say a few words of solidarity on this very special day.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone present here. So, those watching online or watching later. I'm here to really explain the fact that actually as an organization, and as a feminist organization, but an organization that believes in respect and protection of the rights of women and girls, but also the vulnerable people, it's really saddening to feel that at this stage of our development as a country, we're not debating other things, but rather
issues of courtesy, motivated, and so on. We would have been very happy to have a conversation about the rising cost of living in this country, the rising cost of rents in this country. Farmers are crying out there for their groundnuts what to be purchased. The liability in public health services, I.e. the health or the education, and we have to say it. We are Gambians, and we were Gambians before we joined the organization, and we will remain as Gambians when we leave our jobs. So we are not talking to please anyone outside, but we are talking to our fellow Gambians, either in the community but also at the National Assembly. And I think many people say it all. We always need to remember that there are lifestyles attached to our positions. But what we need is an integrity, and when we retire, we should be able to reflect on what did we do for this country. That affects people positively, and that is why we're here. And for us, it's an appeal to the National Assembly members not to look at the political interests, but to reflect on issues of protection or recognition of rights of women and girls. Because I may have to take it through the process, but that was at 10 age. But then, having had the right information now, is so you not subject your children to, and that's what we're calling for. I think the debates about religion and all of that, we are not really talking about that, because the world has a lot of Muslims and their abilities. And I think the previous speakers, including the Imam and the lawyers, have said all. But let's have the push to the next level and not take those backwards, because time is moving and Gambia should catch up. There's a lot we need to do. And for us as Shekels, we really want to remind the National Assembly members that they were people from the community and they will go back to the community. So they should reflect on that as they look at this law tomorrow. Because it's a real setback. If it passes through, the whole world is watching. Because when we had the law, many people celebrated. And as others have said, the conventions we signed, repercussions will come. So many of our development partners have already given messages, and let's not take it lightly, because they will come back with effects everywhere if we allow this law to go. So we're very proud to be here, and we hope that from these discussions and the previous meeting by other people in the National Assembly, as they go to bed today, they will wake up tomorrow with a very clear conscious mind. No one is right. We respect and appreciate our culture, but then we also are promoting the positive cultures that we have in this country. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Diana. Diana is calling for the National Assembly members and those who are advocating for the repealing of the law not to set us back, not to take us backward. We want to be moving forward. Thank you for those words of wisdom. We should be concentrating on issues that are priority for our development, on issues that have positive impact on our people, but not be issues that have negative impact on the lives and health of our women and girls. Thank you so much, Dela. That's have it for the statements from different people. Next is the question and answer session, which will go on for just 30 minutes, and then we close. So, who wants to ask a question? We will take a round of questions, maybe 3-4 questions at a time, 2 rounds, and then we close. Thank you. So, first.
My question will go to Mrs. Peters. My question, which is from the deliberations that are here, the repeal of this law will be equivalent to dishonoring the international commitments, as the country has signed so many protocols. What are some of the consequences will this have on the Gambia? And Mr. Emmanuel, as somebody responsible for upholding or protecting the rights of every individual in the country, what are the continuous plans that you have in protecting women and girls if this law is repealed?
What's going on?
Good afternoon. My name is So my question is, we've all seen how